Morning everyone, I am Mohammed Azhar. Today I will be presenting on the EPRG framework, which is an important concept in international business strategy. EPRG framework, ethnocentric framework, polycentric framework, Asiocentric framework, and geocentric framework, and its impact on global organizational performance. Let's we start the first level of content. First, introduction to EPRG framework, ethnocentric orientation, polycentric orientation, regiocentric orientation, geocentric orientation, comparative analysis, impact on organizational performance, real world applications and case studies, and last is conclusion and key takeaways. First of all, we discuss the introduction of EPRG framework. What is EPRG? EPRG stands for ethnocentric, polycentric, regiocentric, and geocentric, a strategic framework that classifies the international orientation of multinational corporations (MNCs), developed by Howard Perlmutter in 1969. The tortuous evolution of the multinational corporation purpose to identify how a company's top management thinks about international operations, staffing, and strategy. Ethnocentric means home country is superior, polycentric means host country autonomy, regiocentric means regional coordination, geocentric means global integration. First of all, we discuss ethnocentric orientation. The home country's values, practices, and personnel are considered superior. Key decisions are centralized at headquarters and expatriates fill top position overseas. First, we the home country in this approach believe that the home country is superior. So, key decision and top management positions are controlled by people from the headquarter country. Some characteristics of this ethnocentric: headquarters control all major decision, home country nationals, staff, key position approved. Standard product service export without local adaptation. Centralized R&D, finance and HR policy. Communication is top to down from headquarters to subsidiaries. Advantage of ethnocentric: consistent corporate culture globally, easier headquarter control and coordination, leverage home country expertise. Disadvantage: ignores local market needs, low morale among host country, low risk of cultural insensitivity, limited adaptability. The example of ethnocentric: early Japanese MNCs like Toyota and Sony initially used ethnocentric staffing and sending Japanese managers to all global subsidiaries. The second one is polycentric orientation. Polycentric means each host country is treated as unique. Local subsidiaries operate with significant autonomy and are staffed primarily by host country nationals. Strategy is localized. In this approach, the company treats each country as a unique and allow local manager to run operates. Some key characteristic: regional headquarter coordinate multiple subsidiaries, region specific products and marketing campaign. Managers move freely within the same region. Regional cultural and trade blocs considered semi-decentralized decision-making structure. Advantage of regiocentric: balances global efficiency and local sensitivity. Local regional talent utilization align with regional trade flow EU and Asia. Disadvantage of regiocentric: regional silos may limit global synergies. Coordination across regions in challenging country specific needs may still be missed. Complexity of multi-layered management. Example: Ford divides operations into Americas, Europe, Asia, Pacific. Each region adapts product while sharing platform and technological globally. Third one is geocentric orientation. Definition: the MNCs operates as a truly borderless entity. The best talent practices and strategies are sourced globally regardless of nationality. Decisions integrate both global efficiency and local responsiveness. Geocentric means world as a single market. All over world as a single market has hired the best talent regardless of nationality. Key characteristic: best person for the job regardless of nationality. Global teams build from diverse talent pools. Think globally, act globally, and locally. Collaborative decision making across all units. Unified global vision with local execution flexibility. Advantage of geocentric: maximum global integration and efficiency, best global talent deployed optimally, strongest competitive advantage worldwide. Disadvantage of geocentric orientation: first is very high coordination and training cost, visa, immigration restriction may limit staffing. This restriction one country to another country immigrate, complex organization structure, risk of losing local identity. Example of geocentric orientation: HSBC positions itself as the world local bank, hiring the best talent globally while customized services for each local market. Regiocentric orientation, we missed, sorry. We discussed the third one is regiocentric orientation. Definition: the world is divided into geographic regions. Example: Asia, Europe, America. Strategy and staffing decisions are made at the regional level, balancing local and global needs. In regiocentric, the company groups countries into regions and manages these regionally rather than the globally or locally. The regional headquarter control and operations on the basis of regions. Key characteristic: regional headquarter coordinate multiple subsidiaries, region specific product and marketing campaigns. Managers move freely within the same region. This is the comparative analysis of EPRG orientations. Dimensions: ethnocentric, polycentric, and third one is regiocentric, and fourth one is geocentric. Decision making in ethnocentric centralized, but in polycentric decentralized, and regiocentric regional, and geocentric is collaborative globally. In staffing policy, ethnocentric PCNs only, and polycentric HCNs only, and regiocentric regional staff, and geocentric global best global talent. Market focus in ethnocentric home country, polycentric each local market, and regiocentric in regional market, and last one is geocentric global market. Management style in ethnocentric top to down control, and polycentric local autonomy, and regiocentric mean regional coordination with company, and geocentric global integration. Strategy standardized in ethnocentric, and polycentric fully localized on the basis of fully local areas, local in restaurant, local taste and other, and regiocentric regionally adapted, and geocentric transactional communication headquarter subsidiaries in ethnocentric, polycentric within subsidiaries, and regiocentric within regions, and geocentric all directions. Impact on global organizational performance. HRM and staffing determines whether PCNs and HCN or TCN and L are hired. Geocentric maximize talent diversity. Ethnocentric limit it to home country nationals. Strategy and planning. Ethnocentric is equal to standardization. Polycentric is equal to localization. Geocentric achieve the ideal transitional balance of both. Corporate culture orientation shapes whether a unified global identity or diverse local cultural dominate the organization. Market performance. Polycentric and geocentric orientations better capture local market share by adapting to consumer preference. Innovation and R&D. Geocentric leverages global knowledge networks to drive innovation. Ethnocentric limits R&D to country labs only. Competitive advantage. Geocentric MNCs achieve sustainable global competitive advantage through integration, responsiveness, and learning. This is the real world applications and case studies. First of all, we can see in ethnocentric early Sony is a very big company. This is a Japanese company. Sent Japanese managers to all global subsidiaries. Product designed in Japan export as is. Headquarter had full control over global strategy. Result initially success but later faced local market resistance. Polycentric Nestle, we can see in Nestle. Nestle is a Switzerland company. Each country operates almost as an independent company. Maggie noodles as different in India versus China versus Germany. Local managers empowered with full P&L responsibility. Result high local market share across 180 plus 6 countries. 186 plus countries. In regiocentric Ford Motor Company, this is a very big company divided into three regions: American, Europe, Asia Pacific. Regional headquarter adapt design to regional tests. Employee promoted region within regions. Result efficient regional coordination with cost saving. In regiocentric, one other example like in India, non-veg is restricting because Hindu is not serve non-veg. So we can see in McD and other restaurants, McD not serve veg Maggie, non-veg Maggie, and many other. Only serve veg Maggie in North India, and same as other use veg, not a non-veg, like veg burger, veg noodles, and etc. Last one is geocentric HSBC company, Unilever company, hire best talented regardless of nationality, global strategy with local product customization, shared knowledge system across all subsidiaries. Result, strongest global competitive position. Key takeaways: EPRG, ethnocentric, polycentric, regiocentric, and geocentric is a strategic compass for multinational companies navigating global expansion. Ethnocentric ensures control but risks cultural blindness. Polycentric maximize local fit but sacrifice global scenario. Regiocentric bridge the gap with a balanced regional lens. Geocentric is the gold standard, global efficiency plus local responsiveness. The right orientation drive in HRM strategy, culture, and competitive edge. Thank you. My name is